飛行機事故や他の事故で、何百人という人が一度に亡くなることはあります。しかし、5000万人もの人が逃げ出さなければならなくなるといったような事故は、戦争以外ではこの原発事故を除いてはありません。
We do have accidents such as, say, airplane crash and so on, and sometimes hundreds of people die in an accident. But there is no other accident or disaster that would affect 50 million people, maybe a war, but there's no other accident can cause such a tragedy.
There are real measurable impacts from the accident at Fukushima Daiichi. There is the significant land contamination and the economic impact that has occurred in Japan. 30% of the country's electricity is not available in the usual manner because of the shutdown of all of the nuclear power plants as a result of the accident. And an estimate that was done in 2012 by an independent organization, the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, they concluded in their report, and this is a direct quote, that the current rough estimate of the total cost to Japan from the Fukushima Daiichi accident is about $500 billion US. And this is perhaps the most important piece of this statement, which will substantially increase if nuclear electricity generation continues to be replaced for a long time by other means.
It's often said that nuclear power is needed because of the climate change. Number one, you need a lot of coal to burn to enrich the uranium. That's often not mentioned. Number two, as Amory Lovins has said repeatedly, if you take the investment in nuclear and put it in solar, renewable, other forms of renewable and conservation, you'd get far more BTUs, far more efficiently, far more safely, and far more benignly for climate change. Indian Point is 30 miles or so north of Manhattan, much closer to New York City than Fukushima is to Tokyo. There is no practical evacuation plan that could work in that area. Not just 10 miles out, 20, 30 miles, 50 miles, you have 19 million people. People can hardly get out of New York City at rush hour time.
Two people dedicated to dying as terrorists could cause a loss of offsite power by shooting the transmission lines, and also drive a high-powered boat with explosives into the intake structure, which would cause a loss of the ultimate heat sink. Two terrorists could create the same problem that we experienced at Fukushima Daiichi.
My initial introduction to the ocean by my father, Jacques Cousteau, impressed upon me some important facts about our planet. These were: we live on a planet bathed in two fluids, the ocean and the atmosphere. These fluids are in constant motion, each interacting with the other, and each reaching every corner of the planet. Because of these facts, nothing can be thrown away because there is no away. Everything is connected, and whatever pollutant is released anywhere on the planet has the potential to have impacts everywhere.